As Pastor Ted had mentioned, I'm also a World Impact Associate, and I just love working with World Impact, and just really very supportive of the ministry and my role. Particularly, my role is just to connect and to build relationships and to support events like this. So I'm very thankful for Pastor Ted and Pastor David and the rest of the team. TUMI. I started TUMI a little more than a year ago. I think I'm on my 6th or 7th module. I was one of those who decided to take the summer months off because of my hectic and busy schedule. I love TUMI for several reasons. Many that Pastor Ted has already kind of discussed, but probably one of the most important was that of time. Like many of you, I just don't have a lot of time. I'm always searching around for that 26th, that 27th, that 28th hour in a day, and guess what? It never shows up. So I love the fact that TUMI meets for 1 day a week for 8 weeks, and then you get 3 weeks off before the next module starts. So most of us being in ministry and not having a lot of time to spare, that works for me. The second thing is the cost. My wife, to kind of help put that in perspective, my wife just finished her master's, and I'm embarrassed to tell you the number that we've acquired in debt because of that. Great education, great credible school, but we're going to eventually have to pay that off. And because we have to pay that off, it'll be very difficult for her to find a job in an urgent setting that was going to help compensate her and allow her to pay that off. However, on the other side, $100 a module. So the cost helps us out a lot. Not only is it, when we think of cost, we say, $100, that's not a whole lot. We sometimes want to question the quality, if you will, of the content. Let me tell you, the content is excellent. One of my favorite classes so far has been focusing on reproduction, which is about church planning and evangelism and integrating the new believer into your church. And I remember several months ago when we were going through this class, I was amazed at the material, and I got to begin to connect the material that I'm learning in this class with my church. And not to boast, not to be arrogant or anything, but what was taking place with the model they were showing in the book is the model that we're using in my home church. Now, you guys might be a little different. Maybe you guys all appreciate your church and what your church is doing. But when I read that, and I could see that my church is following this biblical model, it raised my appreciation for our church a whole lot. Amen. And so the content, it's biblical. It's just really good stuff. And of course, then there's the care. It's not just a classroom, but there's care and concern from our instructors. I can always give Pastor David or Pastor Ted a call. They'll meet with me. They'll talk if I'm going through some issues and concerns. That's there also. So it's just not a classroom. It's almost I kind of look like I think we have about 8 to 12 students. It's like family. So it's just like, waking up every day, just going to a classroom, sitting there for 7 or 8 hours a day, and just being, packing up your backpack and going home. No, it's family. So I'm very thankful for TUMI. Now, how has it benefited me? Wow, let me count the ways. Because of the content, because of the care and the concern that the leadership has shown at my home church, and my pastor has even kind of mentioned this since I've been going to TUMI, my leadership capacity or ability has really been on the increase. Not to say that I was not a good leader in the beginning, but there are certain things that the class teaches you about. Another one of my favorite modules was on leadership, and just that impartation that the instructors and the Spirit of God I love it. I'm excited about starting our next module on August 15th. And I don't know where you might be in your capacity. But here's an excellent opportunity to go to that next level. It's more than just a class. It's family. It's an opportunity for anyone who might have some young people in your church or some aspiring leaders or potential leaders in your church. Here's a great opportunity that's time efficient, cost efficient, and content is invaluable. You get your people trained. Amen? Amen.